Welcome back, everybody. This is Mr. Nibb with another tutorial video. Today we're going to be touching upon how to efficiently do your dailies and get 500 tickets in less than 20 minutes, mind you. Now, time is of the essence these days, so I felt like I was inclined to make a video to show you how to streamline the process and get it done as quickly as possible. A lot of people have asked me how to do this, and I've described it in detail and at length, but I felt like I really needed to do a video to break it down further. So it all comes down to routine and doing the same thing every day. Making sure that you have the max amount of campaign energy right at refresh time. So for me, that's midnight. So since campaign energy regenerates at the rate of 12 per hour or once every 5 minutes, at 9 o'clock when I get my last refresh, I spend 36 points below what my cap is. That way, I'll be at full cap by the time that reset comes around. Now, since it's 3 hours from 9 o'clock to midnight, and it'll be 36 energy that I'll get back, it all equals out in the end. So what I do is I start out and I get my challenges knocked out right off the bat. It's pretty easy, and if it's a gold challenge or something like that, it can help you get some of these other objectives done for the dailies in the long term. The only caveat to that is if you have, say, you're almost at cap for blitz energy. Since it caps out at 500 and I get 210 on the blitz energy challenge, I try to make sure that I do my challenges first and spend that energy so I don't waste it, otherwise it's all for naught. So normally I'll start off with challenges, and then I'll go in and knock out like leveling my hero and equipping a piece of gear. Get that out of the way if possible. If not, one of the first things I always like to do is spend all my energy. Now, the key to this is using your refreshes. So those of you who don't know, if you complete all of your objectives on a daily basis from those dailies, you'll get like 100 cores something back. So you want to end up spending like 100 cores from the onset just to get your energy and your ticket production right out the gate. So since you should be farming certain heroes, and as example, I'm going to be using, I farm Yondu, I farm Hawkeye, and Captain America, as well as Jessica Jones if I have time. But my main three are Yondu, Captain America, and Hawkeye. So what I do right off the bat, since Hawkeye I have two nodes, one is 80 and one is 60, that's 140. So I'll need a refresh in order to do that. So what I'll do is I'll hit my Yondu node for 60, do a refresh, go hit my Hawkeye's nodes, and there's 140. At that point, I'll need more for the Captain America, which is 80. Then I'll do another refresh, and there's both my refreshes. Now this isn't even calculating in if you level. If you level while doing it, you'll get even more. And there's actually that reservoir, like yellow energy resource. I'm not even sure what it's called, but you can get that like every other day or even daily, where you can use that to refresh as well. So I'll go through, knock all that out. Normally I'll be at 486, 500 area, something like that. What gives you a lot of wiggle room, which means you have 24 hours to get your 600 tickets, and there's plenty of time to do that with your refreshes at noon, 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. And this is Eastern time, mind you. So what I'll do after that is I'll go knock an arena out of the way. Since you need to do two of them, I like to get my first one right out of the way so I can just circle back to it later. So I'll go do my arena, knock that out. Then what you do, if you haven't done them already, is your blitz challenges. I like to try and do them all at the same time, just so I don't have to go back and worry about it later. Plus, a lot of times I configure my time in such a way that my cooldowns come off of the 6-hour reset from using those heroes in the blitz challenge. So I'll be able to use them right away, and I try and get that done so they can go right back on cooldown so I can use them for free later without having to use blitz energy. Especially when it comes to using some of like the minion teams that I use to help boost and get those early milestones and get the multipliers going. I actually have a video on the top 10 minions, and I'll have a link to that at the end of this video. But there's some pretty good teams in there. There's some diamonds in the rough, if you don't know what I'm saying. So go in there, definitely check that out. There's a lot of helpful information in there that can help boost your blitz scores to levels that you might not have imagined. So another thing is like the orb challenges, spending the orbs. Sometimes that gets a little finicky, because you get them and you don't. You might be waiting on them. You'll end up getting it throughout the day because they're constantly giving you orbs. So that's not something that you necessarily need to worry about, and I'm not going to detail a whole lot more in this particular video. Now after that, it's basically going through and buying the things from the supply store. So what I'll do is, normally, since basic catalysts are used in everything, I try and spend at least 60k a day on those catalysts. If I'm a little short because I've been leveling my guys, I might spend it elsewhere on some other items that I need, specifically like those blue items to level up your gear. But I try not to spend them on green ones if I don't need them, because you're going to get plenty of those from just doing the missions and spending campaign energy anyway. There's very few of those that are of a significant value. So focusing your resources on the rare materials will definitely help you more in the long run, and will help expedite the process at which you're tiering up the specific heroes that you're targeting. So I'll go in, I'll get that out of the way, I'll spend, and if I can't, and if I have to wait a little bit later until I finish all of my dailies and get the gold necessary to do that, then hey, I'll do that. And even if, like, say, you're trying to level a hero for the daily challenge and you don't have the gold to do it, we'll go pick a lower one. Pick a minion. If you're not sure, check out my video at the end, the link to it. I'll show you all kinds of minions. I have a top 10 that will definitely help get you on your way, and it could be a little minion that you might want to level up, just a smidge here and there if need be, and your gold is tight, because we all know that gold is tight in this game. So you gotta be frugal with your gold, folks. Frugal is a key word here. So after that, there isn't really a whole lot left. I think you're kind of going through, maybe looking through your roster, trying to gear up some guys, and then you have all kinds of time on your hands. If you haven't gone back and finished your challenges, you can do that. By the time I normally finish everything, I circle back. My next arena is off cooldown, so I can do that and get that out of the way. And essentially, in less than 20 minutes, all my stuff is done. So I'll go through and maybe spend the rest of the energy if I have, especially if I level, or from finishing your dailies, you get that particularly gold or yellow resource or what it is, and you can go back and spend that and get more energy. And then I'll focus on maybe gearing some guys up, or I'll go hit some nodes on heroes that I'm farming just a little bit, like slow farming, like Night Nurse. And that's a hero, like, if you don't know, you should be targeting. She's amazing for raids, and she's infinitely clutch when you get into the higher level raids, such as the level 50 raid. I can tell you right now, Night Nurse saves lives. So, and she saves gold and cores. So, I mean, she's definitely a hero you should be targeting. But if you have some secondary heroes that you're kind of farming on the back burner, that's a good time to go in there. Just spend that energy and get it out of the way. A lot of you folks might be going to bed after that, or you might be a night owl like me, who knows. But if you wanted to hurry up and knock out your dailies and then sit on the energy refresh, building up until the morning or the afternoon when you can get to it again because your work schedule, what have you, then getting everything done within that short amount of time gives you a lot of freedom throughout the next day to kind of just focus your energy wherever you need. And it keeps you focused as well. So then you're not wondering, well, hey, did I hit this node? Did I get these shards for today? You already have the important heroes that you should be farming right off the bat, and it's something that you won't have to worry about for the rest of the day. And then you can just focus your energy on gearing up your heroes like I do. Unless I'm going after basic catalysts, there's a note for anybody who doesn't know already. Don't try to farm basic catalysts. That's a fool's errand. Okay, the drop rate is atrocious. It probably is below like 10%. So you'll never get them. It's way more efficient to just spend your gold in the supply store and buy those basic catalysts. If you aren't doing that already, start doing it now. Trust me, you'll save yourself some headache in the long run, and also be able to utilize some of that energy to spend on getting items for equipment that are easier to farm. Now, as a recap, I'll go over everything once again. Start with your challenges, making sure that you're not doing your blitz challenge unless all of your blitz energy is below a certain threshold, otherwise you're going to cap out. 2, spending your campaign energy to farm shards using your top heroes. Make sure you're doing at least 2 50 core refreshes. Do an arena match. Number 3, get that out of the way. 4, do your blitz challenges. Do at least 2. Buy your supplies right after that. And you're going to level up a hero, gear up a hero at the same time. Open your orbs whenever they're up. Come back around, your second arena mat should be ready to go, and finally spend as much energy as you can using any refresh possible, but never spending over 100 cores. And that's going to wrap it up, folks. Hit that like button and please subscribe if you like what you see. More content coming at you. Take care, folks.